Sahil. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm all great.
Nice to hear.
What first inspired you to express yourself through design, and how has your creative voice changed over time?
I think that was only me because I remember I used to draw a lot of paintings when I was a child at the age of 12, 9, 10. And I think from 6 to 14 or 15 years, I drew a lot of paintings in my house. I used to buy so many crayons, I used to buy so much paint a lot. I used to ask my dad, my mom, please get me some painting, things and books and crayons like that. So they would get me so many presents in terms of paints, in terms of brushes, like so many things they would give me. So that is where I started thinking a lot of about designing and painting. And as I got older, I was confused what should I do and where the hell should I go. And then I decided to choose graphic designing field because I knew that if I was going to become comfortable in something, then this is a field which can give me a little bit joy, which was painting and which was designing. Although it was not on the paper, although I was not having brushes in my hand, but still it was kind of painting in which I was designing in computer.
Oh, it sounds interesting.
Yeah,
How,
it was actually.
yeah. How do you find balance between creating what you love and designing what a client wants?
I think it's a very, very challenging. Sometimes I get frustrated client uh, when client wants something else, and on the other hand, I'd be wanting something else. I'll say, sir, this is not gonna work. This is how I like, but I can't do it because that is how they want me to work on their project. They won't tell me that this is how you are supposed to work. They will just tell me that we hired you and this is how you need to work. So that's a little bit challenging sometimes, but the more you grow, the more you work on your craft, the more you understand your business, the more you work at office, you get to understand everything. In the first or second month, you will be frustrating a lot, but as you grow more, like 6, 7 months or 8 months, you will get to understand 60-70%, then it compiles more up to the 90-80%, and at the end of the day, you will be completed 100%. So it comes with clarity, it comes with passion sometimes, and also you need to know that you have some responsibility in your hands because you have to make money in order to buy something, right? So it's a comparison in between what you want and what you should be giving to people.
And can you describe a project that challenged your creativity or beliefs about design?
Beliefs about design or challenge to my creativity.
Yeah.
Design, what was that? Okay, it was not a project. It was not assigned to me in terms of making money, but it was my project in which I was working on when I used to study graphic designing. So I remember I used to the institute where I used to go every single day. It is in Amritsar. It's called Excellent Multimedia Studio, and that is where I was practicing a lot. And there was some competition going on in which I was the part of, and I had to submit one design. It was a web template uh, on which I was working on. It was very, very difficult. Literally, it took me around more than 1 month to complete my assignment because it was so tough. And the kind of things that I wanted to put on my web templates were really hard to find because I had to make it from scratch. So I would just open the web browser every single day. I would search so many things related to the background that I wanted to set for, and it was becoming a lot of challenging. But I had a passion, but I thought that this is how I wanted to have my web template. So that was really, really challenging. But at the end of the day, I won the competition. I got first prize because I worked really hard for it.
It's a challenging job.
Yeah, really. And you have to have creative mindset. And if you can just play with color, if you love playing with color, that is when you can do it really, really good. But I don't say like nobody can do it. Anybody can, but if you want to go up at your level, then you have to have like a creative mindset.
In your opinion, what emotion is the hardest to capture through visual design?
I think when you want to do something creative, like a really, really creative, and you want to take everything out from your mind and you want to just put it on the screen, that's really, really hard. But sometimes your mind does not have a lot going on inside, and what you want to put on the screen, it's just something else. Sometimes your mind would be saying something else, but your working kind of activity would be doing something else. For example, your mind want to put like 10 things together at a one time, but you end up putting only 6 and 7 things. I mean to say, like, your mind and your hands are not working together. So that's really challenging. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about a lot of things that I want to put that, I want to put this, I want to put that. But when I do it, that is a little bit challenging. So that I think that emotion comes with a lot of challenges.
How does your environment influence the outcome of your designs?
Environment.
Yeah.
It's a really good question, by the way, first of all.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Environment makes I think it's really important. For example, if you have a really good staff, if you have a really good environment in which you are happy, you are having good time with your colleagues, you have a good manager, you have a good boss, and everything's like so good towards you, that's when you will have a lot of happiness and joy working for your craft. Whereas when you are having challenges, when you're just fighting with your colleagues, when you don't like anybody in your office, when you don't like your boss, when you don't like your manager, that's when it'll become a little bit challenging, and you'll say, what the fuck am I doing here? I shouldn't be working on my computer. And you just be thinking about the kind of experiences that you might be getting into with your clients and with your manager and with your boss, but you might not be thinking about what you should be putting on the screen and what you should be putting into your work. So that plays a really, really good role in terms of working somewhere.
What's your favorite part of the design process?
Favorite part? I think when I complete it. After that, the kind of satisfaction I get. That's wonderful. Yeah. You're really good at asking questions, by the way.
Yeah. How do you deal with self-doubt as a designer?
I think self-doubt is everywhere. I think it's a lot of self-doubt. Sometimes I feel like, am I going to be more sufficient? Am I going to be more advanced in terms of working on my craft? Because there are a lot of things coming out in this world which can make you leave my job, which can make me fired from my job. So sometimes I feel in that way, but right now I just want to focus what I have, but not what can happen in the next 2 or 3 years. Let's say that. So I think sometimes, but it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens because we are all humans and it's natural. We all have self-doubts one way or the other, like in relationships and friendships and with our families. Always there are self-doubts coming or making us believe that we should think in that way. We have some problems coming into our life, but that's the life we live in. Right?
Right.
Always self-doubting.
Yeah. What's harder, starting or finishing a design?
Starting is good. Starting is easy, but finishing, I think finishing is also good. Starting and finishing also good, but when it comes to doing in the midway, excuse me, when you do it in the midway, like where you are stuck and you don't know what to put, and you don't know what to think, your mind have blank and you don't even know what you're gonna do next. That's when it's a little bit tough. Starting is good, easy. Ending is good and easy.
What's something people often misunderstood about design?
Misunderstood. Okay, good question. Okay, for example, I'm a graphic designer and my client is not, right?
Okay.
So the place where he would be coming from is totally different where I would be coming from, right? I'm coming from the perspective of designer, but he is coming from the perspective of a client or just a normal human being.
Yeah.
So what I can think from my mind, he cannot, because he has not worked that hard as much as I have done in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes he will say, bro, this design sucks. But in my mind, it's professional, it's elegant, it's so wonderful, because I know I have put a lot of efforts and that's what I think it should be presented on the screen, right? That's what I am thinking.
What do you want to people to feel when you see your work?
I think we just have to have more knowledge about designing or craft, like art and craft like that, because I don't want to deal with that people who are just coming from nonsense, who are just coming from zero and who don't even know anything about design. That is the kind of people I want to deal with. Yeah, like creative managers type of people who can really understand what I'm trying to see and what I'm trying to depict through my words. I have an example for you. Like one time I remember I had an interview with one person. I was called to that office and I went there and I was going to have my interview with that person. And I went inside the room and I was about to have my interview with that person. But that person was not really creative. He was like the manager of the company. And he asked me some questions about my life, my career, and my education. I told about it and everything. And then I started telling him about my design because he had given me some assignment that I was supposed to work on. And when I was finished, that is which I was supposed to speak on when I was at the conference room, when I was at the meeting room. So I started speaking about my design and I started speaking about what inspired me, what I thought about it and everything I was telling about him. But then he was like, it looks very hideous. Then isn't it? He said it's very boring, don't you think? And I literally got frustrated. I was just wanted to give him some galis, but I didn't want to say anything because he was my manager. But then I tried to explain, but still he was not understanding. So that made me a little bit off guard, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I put a lot of efforts. I worked for like 2 hours to complete that assignment, and it was like so professional. If you had talked to anyone for my assignment that I had worked on, that person would say that's wonderful. If that person would have been a creative manager or something, but that person was just a manager, so he did not understand what I was trying to say, what I was trying to, work. He was just dumb.
How has your style changed over time in design?
My style, I think, has not changed a lot in terms of whatever I do on my screen. It's always the same. But sometimes I have to go to the another route to make sure that I am providing my client what they want to have in their hands. And sometimes it's like a trend. Sometimes people like catchy design. Sometimes people like very elegant design. And sometimes it's very dull design that they want me to work on. So I just follow their lead and I'm just working for them. That's the one concept or like one thought I'll always have in my mind, in my back of the mind. Whenever I'm working, I'll say to myself that I am working for them and they are paying money to me. And if I'm not capable for that, then I should leave my job. And if I can work on that, then I should be working on that. And then I shouldn't be thinking about what I should do, what I shouldn't do. And that's how I'm supposed to work. So yeah, sometimes it's a bit trend. Sometimes I would say I have not changed a lot. It's always the same. Now I have understood a little bit that how to deal and how to cope with people, how to cope with my own personality. So,
Yeah. How does your mood affect your design?
my mood. Very good question. Very good question. Thank you. And my mood, I've told you before, when I'm happy, I'm going to give my 100%. But when I'm sad, when I'm frustrated, when I'm just thinking about the fight that I had with my friend, that I had with my family, that's when I'm just going to be bored at my desk. I will not be putting as much efforts as I can if I haven't fought with my family, if I haven't fought with my girlfriend. So that plays a significant role in terms of what you want to present on the screen and what you don't want to. Yeah, it's really important. You have to be happy, you have to be in a good state of mind in order to work good. Otherwise, you will be just making ladders or snakes on the screen.
What's your creative ritual before you starting working?
Creative, I think it's very instinctive. Niku, right? It's very instinctive, Niku. Sometimes I just open my computer and I just start working. I don't have any full-fledged routine which provides me motivation in order to work hard for the day. I don't have any kind of this thing. It's very instinctive. The moment I see my screen, the moment I start working, and it's more than 10 and 15 minutes, I'm more activated.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be more monetary when it comes to being activated. It also should be very natural in a very instinctive way.
okay.
Yeah.
And last, what legacy do you want your work to leave?
Legacy, I think I want to serve as many people as I can. I want to make a lot of connection, because if I have a lot of connection, I can make more money, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to be more creative, like more advanced, and not in terms of only designing, but in terms of my life, in terms of my relationships, in terms of bodybuilding, in terms of health, in terms of my skin, everything. I just want to be a little bit more step ahead. You're a really good podcaster, man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sahil, for talking with me.
It was
Yeah.
nice talking. Really, yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's a pleasure meeting
Yeah.
talking to you.
Yeah, it was, man. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, bro.